everyone! Today I will tell you about a powerful strategy for binary options trading using Alligator Indicator. This tool will help you to see when there is a trend on the market and make more informed decisions. We will figure out together how to set up indicator and chart together, and I will show you live examples so you can apply the strategy in your trades. And to not miss beneficial recommendations and signals, join the Income channel via the link in the description. Let's achieve success in trading together. And now, let's go to the topic of the video. Firstly, let's add the indicator to our chart. We go to indicator section and add an indicator called Alligator. But that's not all. We go to the settings of our indicator, select styles, and we must select the blue line. This line is longer and is the main one. We add an extra pixel and click Save. Now, let's look at the phases on which we will open positions here. So, the Alligator Indicator is a trend indicator and it helps us to determine the trend. However, our task when trading with this strategy is to pay attention to the intersections which indicate a change of the trend. And if we see an intersection where two lines cross the blue one from bottom to top, this is a good signal to open a long trade or a buy trade. And if we see the signal where two lines cross the blue line from top to bottom, this is a good signal to open a position to sell. Of course, when opening a position, we will also use confirming factors as they will increase the win rate of our deals. And now let's move on to trading. So right now I saw an intersection on the Alligator Indicator. I'm opening a 1 minute upward trade, and let's immediately look at what we see on the chart. Firstly, the first thing that served us as an entry point for the trade was this intersection where two lines cross the blue line from bottom to top. This is a signal to continue the upward movement. And let's look at the confirming factors. In this area, we had this resistance level. There were a lot of rollbacks from this level, but it was broken through. Moreover, when it was broken through, the buyer produced good full-body candles. Breaking through the resistance level most often tells us about the upward movement continuation. So our trade is being closed in a profit, and balance is already $145, and as you can see, the upward movement still continued. And I worked out the situation. Okay, we will trade according to this principle today. Our main task is to see the intersection, find at least one confirming factor, and calmly, safely open the trade. And now, let's move on. Also, while I'm looking for the next situation to enter, I would like to draw attention to the situations in which we should not enter. These are the situations in which the market forms a sideways movement, and within this sideways movement or some accumulation, we often see a large number of false signals. For example, here and here. This is why I would like to tell you to always enter the market the exact moment the price is either moving in a good trend or when there are no false signals. So right now, I see the fresh intersection being formed, which will happen as soon as the candle closes, the intersection occurred, and I instantly open a trade. Let's look at the why I based the opening of my trade here. Firstly, there was an intersection where two lines crossed the blue line from top to bottom. This is a signal to bet lower. Secondly, I see we had a good downtrend in which each maximum is getting lower and lower than the previous one. And as for confirming factors, I can also note that almost all of the recent signals have worked out well for us. Accordingly, this signal can be also called relevant. But at the bottom, we have a certain level of support, which the price will most likely strive for. So the trade is closed in a profit, which is an excellent result. We had a good downward movement. Although, initially we had an upward candle, but the seller turned out to be stronger and bought a candle in their favor. Okay, let's move on. So, found an interesting case here. I will wait for the intersection, which is about to happen, but I will tell you about the confirming factors right now. So, in this situation, we see a downtrend, but within this downtrend, we had this resistance level being updated. And this local level was relatively strong considering the fact that we had a good downward movement from it. However, this level was broken through, and breaking through the resistance level always tells us about the continuation of the upward movement. If we look a little higher, we can see that we also have a strong resistance level here, which the price will most likely strive for. While if we look at the candlesticks, we can see that we had a candlestick indicator with a large channel below and small height. Large channel tells us that the seller wanted to go lower, but the buyer took advantage of this moment and bought it in their favor. From this, we can conclude that at this moment the buyer is stronger and will most likely push the price higher. The intersection happened, and I am opening an upward trade or a buy trade. As you may have noticed, I only open a trade after the intersection has formed. Under no circumstances, we open a trade before the intersection itself. It's very important because an intersection is a key factor for entering a trade. We have a confident upward movement and my balance is already $237 and I think it's a perfect result. So my journey through the trading strategy on binary options with the Alligator Indicator has come to an end. I hope you've gained useful tools and knowledge which will help you to achieve success on the market. Don't forget that successful trading is a continuous process of learning and practice. And if you want to get even more strategies and actual signals, be sure to join my Telegram channel. There we share experiences, analyze the market, and support each other on our path to success. The link is in the description. I'm looking forward to seeing you in my community. Good trading luck and see you soon. Bye bye.